Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name's Dad. How you doing? Good. It's good to know that you're doing well and that you look fantastic today. Did someone ever tell you that? You need to know. You look fly. Today we're talking about Twat and Scabby, or I like to call Matt and Abby. Those are their real names, if you didn't know. Abby's pregnant, of course, we all knew this. I called it well over a month before they announced it. They must be so pissed when they saw that video. But yeah, they were just gonna snark on them because they're my comfort snark. We don't like these people. And so we make fun of them and her voice and Matt's rings and things. Let's go. All right, so Twat and Scabby, you're pregnant. I haven't actually taken a look at their analytics in a little while, so let's have a peek-see at their analytics and see. The reason I'm looking at their analytics is because when a YouTuber's view counts are down, especially ones who are, fertile, they literally just have babies. Pregnancy is massively lucrative on YouTube, okay? If I could get pregnant, I would on YouTube, just for YouTube's sake. You can make millions just in the pregnancy. And I don't even mind that people want to, I don't say exploit for lack of a better word, but show their pregnancy and all the cool things that lead up to it, because that's awesome. Celebrate pregnancy. And I'm cool with it because I agree that people should have families. We should be having more babies. More babies is awesome. Babies are great. Babies are the best thing in the world, and that's why they're so damn lucrative on YouTube. But as soon as that baby comes out, that's it. Not on the internet anymore. They don't need to be. And Matt and Abby are doing pretty okay with it so far, but they're kind of flirting with the line again about going back to family vlogging. But I haven't, I haven't taken a look at their analytics in a little while. This is their channel that's kind of a dead channel, sort of a dead channel. Like, they don't post on it a lot. They posted 4 days. Oh, so they posted 4 days ago. A weekend in our life in Hawaii with 2 toddlers. And the monthly long views is 670,000, and that's not nothing. It's probably $5,000 extra, $5,000 to $6,000 extra a month in their pocket. 62.7 million long views. That's an extra maybe a couple of grand. So $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month is what they're probably making. 6.6 thousand, roughly, maybe a little more. Again, to a lot of people that is a lot of money, but to Matt and Abby that is not a lot of money. To YouTubers who have a following of 8 million subscribers, that's almost nothing. Okay. Subscribers are steadily growing, and I wonder if that's because of the pregnancy announcement. I don't know, but they're steadily growing, but their views are not steadily growing, but they are getting lots of short views. So I guess they're like, whatever they're recording on TikTok, they're putting it over here. But this is what they ported over to when they said they're not going to do family vlogging anymore. And I think that has all to do with Abby. To be, of the two, I think Abby is the least obnoxious and least douchebaggery. Matt is the absolute grossest one of all of them. He gets the most hate, and deservedly so, because he is an actual baby. He cries about stupid things, and they admit to be like, imagine your wife is freshly postpartum and you make a video about how you're angry for 2 days at her. Your wife, who is freshly postpartum, one of the hardest things on a woman's body is giving birth to a baby. Like, the amount of distressiveness on the body, distraughtness, okay? The trauma that has happened to this woman's body, and her hormones and her brain and everything else, and the boobs are making milk and everything's going crazy, and you're sore down there and you're sewn up and you're bleeding and wearing a diaper, and this man has the audacity to literally make it about him and not talk to her for 2 days. And he's like, I hate this rumor that people said I did that, when they're the ones who admitted it on camera. Like, the audacity. There is no reason for you to have any more children. This marriage is going to end up in flames, and we all see it. Everybody sees it, except for Abby for some reason, or she does see it, and they're staying. And I used to think that they were Christian. I used to think that they're together because they made a bond to Christ. These two people are not Christian. They are not Mormon. They are none. They have zero faith. They do not have any of it. Okay? They are not. They come across like they have all that, and they're cool to sort of let people think it. They won't come out and say it otherwise, whether they are or not. But I'm telling you, they're not. Okay? They're not. And so I don't know what's keeping them together. I think it's the money, obviously social media, but it's going to end in flames. Matt is a very selfish douchebag, okay? He's so selfish. Even the songs he writes, he wants to be a famous singer, okay? But Matt, you're just not good enough, okay? You're not good, actually, at all. That's just the way it is. But I'm happy to have the Battle of the Bands with you and Kyler from Fish Fan. Maybe we have a big concert. We raise a bunch of money for like cancer research or something like that, and we just go have a big Battle of the Bands and see who wins, right? But there's got to be stipulations because it can't be about popularity. It has to be about who has the better band. Okay, who has the best stage presence, the best songs, everything else. And Matt, you're going to lose. Okay, all that to say, his songs that he wrote too are like about how his wife used to be better, like he misses the old way. Like he honestly puts it out there like he thinks it's going to be endearing. But what has happened to Matt and Abby, and they're still perplexed to this day. It makes people hate him so much. And he's like, why? I thought that was cute. I thought being a total douchebag of a husband was cute. Didn't you guys like this? And he's so perplexed by it. It's so crazy. So anyway, there's just no reason to have more kids, because remember also that they put their children on a cruise ship, we don't know how far away, by themselves in 2 separate rooms so they can go eat dinner with the family, and she called it a hack by using FaceTime. And it literally caused the cruise ships to create a policy that you're not allowed to do that. I'm not kidding. That's what it caused. So, and there's other, I mean, I'm going to put together during Snarkmas. I think we're going to have to do like 25 days of Snarkmas. And I think this year, and I hope this works out for me, because I'm going to actually, I hesitate to say this, but I'm definitely going to have a researcher help me with the 25 families that we've covered the most on here and the worst thing that those families have done. And then we'll add, Pepper Doherty does the videos all the way through that. Black Stan and Napkin. Okay, I think like that's where we're going this year for Vlogmas, because it has to be 25 days straight. And so if we do like a series of everything wrong with these families and like all their major scandals and put it all in a neat little video, it's a receipt too. It's kind of nice. And so theirs will be pretty hefty. All that to say, here's the Unplanned podcast. They're struggling to reach 1 million, which I mean, that's 810,000 is nothing to scoff at. They make decent money on here. 1.3 million long views, which is roughly about, I want to say 20 grand, because they're long views. Like these are long podcasts. So 20 grand maybe. I know a lot of people are like 1.3 is 20,000. Yeah, I mean, it's, you just basically, whatever view stats says, you just double that number. That's how much someone usually makes. No, if it's long form content, like over 10, 12, 20 minutes, they're doing hour-long podcasts. They're probably pulling in about 20 grand a month just on this. So all told, just without ad reads, which also brings them in tons and tons and tons of money, which I don't even know, could be upwards of $20,000-$30,000 a month, or more. They're just without ad reads. They're pulling in about $25,000 to $30,000 a month, maybe a little more with TikTok. Let's just round it off nicely, about $40,000 to $45,000 per month, just without anything else. That's just posting what they already make. Okay, and that's a lot of damn money for a lot of damn people. Okay, subscribers are heftily growing. We got over the month 807. Now we're at 810. So 807. So 3,000 subscribers. I mean, it's not crazy for 800,000 subscribers. I mean, I make 3,000 subscribers in a month. So over 3 months they've grown. They're steadily growing. It's nothing crazy, but they're not getting the views that they once got. And people have been asking me to cover this video here with Maddie, what's her face, Pruitt, who can't wait to spank their child. They can't wait to literally physically assault their kid. They're so excited. And so of course they had them on the podcast once that happened. But again, nobody's really watching this podcast. Parenting Hot Takes with Alex. That's the people I interviewed who have weird faces, and they only get 68,000 views on the podcast. Like they're interviewing, it's just basically, it's kind of like the mega church circuit. If you don't know anything about the megachurch circuit, all of these prolific pastors are in this really elite old boys club, okay? And where it's kind of like a money laundering scheme. Not laundry. They have other people do that for them. It's kind of a scheme. It's legal. So basically what happens is pastors pastors don't take a salary from the church, and so they write a book, right? And so, but their church that they own will buy like 100,000 copies of this book, and they'll sell it in their store, and they'll give it away for gifts, and then who gets all the money? The pastor. It's basically money laundering legally. But another way that they do this is all these churches who have all these prolific pastors who are very good at what they do. They're very energetic. They're very good. They have big audiences. They're basically influencers is what they are, okay? What they do is they go to another church, and that church will pay them a love offering or whatever, a gift. They'll give them a gift because it's not being paid. It's a gift for coming to preach, upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? And then so, Stephen Furtick will go over to what's-his-face's church over here with the weird glasses. That church will pay him $200,000 to preach on a Sunday or whatever, right? And then that pastor will come over to Elevation, and Elevation will pay him $200,000, right? And that's how they do it. A gift. They don't pay. Sorry, it's not paying. They're giving him a gift. And so that's kind of what's happening here in this, like, married couple podcast circuit. They all have podcasts. None of them are funny. None of them are good at what they do. They're like, we're having conversations, right? And none of them are good. Okay, they're just not. Everybody's starting a podcast, and I did it before it was popular. Okay, well, no, sort of at the height of its pop. Now it's just like everybody in there, all these couples, just like, let's get some mics and we'll set some wood slats up on our wall, put a shelf up, and we'll do a podcast. And they all suck at it, every single one of them. That's why their view counts are shit. That's what they do. And then they go on each other's podcasts. It's like the circuit. It's ugh. And they're bad at it. But sometimes they get like this guy here, Drake and Josh. Might be interesting to look at that one. I'm not saying they don't have any interesting things. They sort of do. But so baby number 3, we're trying for a girl and getting a hair transplant. So they were already saying it July. All right, so all that to say, their view counts are in their most popular video on their channel is growing up with a Duggar, and they exploited the Duggars for 3 million views. And then again, the pregnancy ones are the ones getting them a lot of things. The truth needs to be told, addressing allegations, rumors about divorce. They had to come back on later because Kay and Tay are like, again, all their scandals are coming out. It's just the way it is. Duggars get them a lot of money. All the Duggars seem to be wanting to go on this podcast for some reason. But yeah, that's it. But in the latest podcast, they're just not pulling in the numbers. These people used to be pulling 6 to 8 million views a month, Matt and Abby. Not happening anymore. They still have a loyal audience of about 150,000. But yeah, that's it. So we're going to talk about this video today here.
Okay.
I'm going to downvote it just because they have 2. You don't get a lot of downvotes. Is what it is. And so this is why they do this. This episode with Haya, ZocDoc, and Audible. This is it. This is why they do this. We're going to do this video, which 413,000 views, which is almost triple or quadruple what they normally get in their video views because pregnancy is damn lucrative. Anyway, let's make fun of them because that's what we do around here. We do that. Let's do it.
Okay. Should we just go ahead and tell everybody the news?
Let's do it.
We're having baby number 3!
And you know why I say it's hope it's a boy? Because I know that they want a girl, and they've made that public. And this is another thing with influencers that people need to stop doing. Okay? Effing stop. Stop projecting what you want, because when it's not the thing that you want, then you're going to be like, your kid is going to see that on the internet someday. They're going to see it, because the internet's forever. So just stop saying anything. Just say, I want a healthy baby, because that's what you want. Healthy babies are all we want. Healthy babies are good babies. Okay? When influencers out there be like, I want this. I want to be a boy mom so bad. I want to be a girl mom, girl dad. Blah. Shut the f up. Okay, because there's a 50% chance it's not going to be that, and you're out there saying some bullshit. Okay, like Dallin over there on Della Vlogs, saying out there is like, I think that adoption is giving up. That lives out there forever. Story's going to grow up with that name and with this video of her father saying that adoption is giving up forever. I don't care what they say.
Like this experience versus like finding out we were pregnant with our second.
Her veneers piss me off. They piss me off. Abby was absolutely perfect before this, and she did the opposite. When people get like things done to their bodies and are worse, are you okay? Like, what? Who told you to do that? It's so silly.
Is literally the complete opposite side of the coin.
Oh yeah, we were genuinely so stoked when we read the positive pregnancy test.
Yeah,
it was just like pure joy.
Like
No, it wasn't. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. Wait till you see it. And Abby snarks. 21,000 people in this. Whew. That couple on TikTok who clearly hate each other.
We just got married and now we're at Swig. Big Bag needs a soda. We had a long discussion and he said he was just joking.
Tell them I was just joking. Tell them I was just joking.
I told them, stop breathing. You just keep like
Stop breathing.
sniffing. Just love joking around with each other.
Jokester.
You're supposed to say I look beautiful.
Oh yeah, beautifully, pretty normal. That's what you're thinking.
It's funny, you're really good at complimenting the 16-year-olds in your DMs.
They have a lot to compliment.
Did he run over our child in the driveway? Yes. Did he stop to take a video before calling 911?
Also yes.
And all of you commenting, leave him, dump him, you don't know
Why
him.
would you do that again? You're just blinking a lot. Looks bad.
That's how much I blink. Did I post a video where I clearly think my partner is a POS and I'm highlighting that and I want people's sympathy? Yes. But then do I want to turn around and defend him in the comments?
That's Abby.
And act like you're the bad guy for commenting what I clearly wanted you to comment? Also, yes.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Abby had a booger in her nose, apparently. Abby, there's a booger. I think too, a lot of people said that Matt and Abby, they hopped under the hashtag fertility thing. When again, so many creators are doing that because it is lucrative as well. To be like, hey, we're struggling with fertility, because so many couples struggle with fertility, and it's like they become obsessed with it, and it's like manifesting. Fertility is a big thing amongst people who really want children, and I understand that. But when grifters, I mean influencers, start using hashtag fertility and they don't have fertility issues, you can go f yourself. I think I speak for everybody. Yeah, you too. I speak for everybody. When you're having 3 healthy babies, no problem, you don't have fertility issues. Okay. Good talk. All right, where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. It's the TikTok where they're like, here's the video. If you type in Matt and Abby on TikTok, it says red flag clips. This is the first thing that comes up. Here we go. Ready?
One is pregnant, one is not pregnant, right? Okay, I love you.
I love you.
We got this.
I'm telling you guys this is fake, because who sets up a fucking tripod for just they've probably been doing it a bunch of times until they get pregnant, and then they set a tripod up. They're lying. That's another thing about influencers. They're lying. Did you set up a camera for every piss stick? For every single one? I don't think so.
You're an amazing mom.
I feel peace either way.
And no matter
Like, look, your breath smells like assholes. Stop it. Look at her body language. It's so obvious she hates him.
what happens, it's gonna be okay. And the off chance that we did get pregnant this month, guess what?
Try again next month.
Okay, you ready?
Oh my God, right? Tyson, zoom in on that kiss. Oh my gosh.
Try again next month.
Oh, it hurts my soul to see that. Oh, right? Oh.
No, I want to look at you.
Okay.
He was gonna show the camera first.
Pregnant.
Surprise Pikachu acting face. Good thing they're not actors, because they're really bad at it.
That's crazy.
Is it crazy? Yeah. When you're trying, it's crazy.
We're good at making babies.
She hates this guy. Abby absolutely hates it. And this is the thing. Abby also hates the fact that she wears it on her sleeve. She cannot help it. Abby cannot help wearing her emotions on her sleeve. And so everybody sees it, and it makes her so mad because she's in denial. But like, you can't deny this, because it's probably the 15th take, first of all, which maybe is a reason why they're acting like that. But she hates this guy. And it's so crazy.
You knew it.
We're gonna make so much fucking money.
You knew it when you felt like the food of virgins.
A mom knows.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, you've already done it twice. Third time's whatever.
The boy girl.
I think it's a boy.
It is a boy. It is a boy. It is.
Why does part of me think I think it might be a girl?
It's literally so much better too, because now we know how good it is. I'm so
I heard a comment that says, I'd have more babies too if I wasn't the one watching them, because they don't watch their own children. These people travel and go out more than anybody else I've ever seen has children. More than anybody I've ever seen. Because I think it's her parents that live with them that literally take care of these children. They don't. Influencers are such, they're so gross. Who was it that came out and said that, was it Dallin? It was Della Vlogs. Dallin and Della, whatever the hell their name is. Bella and Dallin. They have a nanny. They've had a nanny since day one, and they've never shown this nanny. Someone exposed the nanny, and so they literally, because they need sleep and everything else, because they have all these jobs they have to get up for in the morning. Actually, no, that's sorry. They're influencers. Why do influencers have nannies? Like, honestly, tell me. Because the reason somebody needs a nanny is because you have a career and you need someone to watch your children for you while you're out at your career. Why do influencers who literally parent influence, who their job is to show you what it's like to be a parent, why do any of them have nannies? That's mind-blowing. And I consider that fraud. Not illegal fraud, but that's such fraudulent shit. What do you need a nanny for? You don't have a job. Your only job is to parent this child, and you're there 24 hours a day, both parents. Who the hell needs a nanny for that? Anyway, I'm not saying they have a nanny, but they have her parents there. And if they didn't have her parents there, or his parents, whoever, they would have a nanny. Her body language, it's so obvious. I just know her body is tired. I don't understand the hate they get. Well, understand it. Do a little research then. Because of him. It's because of how they treat other creators, but the stuff that he has said to her and treated her in the past, it's not him. The way he talked her through that before looking at the test, the fact he understood, shut the up. She's having another kid, and he is having a sibling. They're going to be the next Cole and Savannah. Now it's over. I don't think you're going to see any family vlogger rise to the level of Ace Fam or LeBrant Fam ever again. It's never going to happen ever again. It is over. For all intents and purposes, family vlogging on that level, it's over. There is a remaining few that still have a ton of followers and stuff that started it before this conversation happened. You're never going to see anybody rise to that level of fame anymore because of the awareness that has been spread up on the internet. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't understand the hate to get. He's such a good dad. He's a piece of shit, dude. Just do a little research. Come watch one of my videos. Again, everybody's just like, it's a comment of hate or the comment, I don't get the hate. Well, then you better look it up. Why are people so mean? Because of Matt. What do you mean? Anyway, so it's the video.
Love our second child. I feel like we've said this a million times, but I do know that a lot of you out there can relate. Like, having an unplanned pregnancy is like, every baby is a blessing and we love him endlessly and we cannot imagine our lives without our second. But it's a totally different experience in early pregnancy, like first finding out, when you're like expecting it, planning for it, like looking forward to it, and then just like completely feeling like you got the rug swiped from under you.
So she's saying this because she knows the comments that she received after they got pregnant, after I think 2 months after the first one was born. And she was absolutely horrified. And she put that on the internet again. So she has to stand here and be like, no, guys, just wait. It was a blessing. Well, it didn't seem like a blessing at the time when you're literally bawling on the internet about it. The internet's forever, Abby. That's what people were commenting. So she has to. This is the thing. These people feel that everything that they say has to be followed up or prefaced with them saying this because I know you're going to say this. So everything they say and everything they do has to be prefaced or followed up with, be like, because I know the hate that they're going to get because they put it on the internet. Imagine living your life like that. No, thank you.
How did you convince me to do this? How did this?
That's a you question, because I did say, I was like, you have to be fully on board. Like, as much as like I'm on board, you also need to be on board.
Really? Both parents need to be on board? Oh yeah, thank you for your ultimate wisdom. Thanks, Tips McGee and your fake teeth.
For obvious reasons, you're the father of the child.
Yeah.
I want you to also be like ready.
Maybe instead of getting fake teeth, you should have got your this shit fixed, because it sounds like you always have a plugged nostril. It sounds like there's Smurfs living in there or something. They're just hanging out. Like they're just hanging out. Go get this shit fixed so you have a clear voice. Then it sounds like you have friggin' Notre Dame's bells stuck up your face.
For it, excited for it even. So I don't know what got me to change your mind.
No, I honestly think it goes back to the holidays. We were with family around Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know.
What made me change your mind? Here's what made you change your mind. Our view counts are low. That's what made me change my mind. We're literally losing bleeding cash. We used to make so much money on the internet. And again, they still do. Don't get me wrong. But when you make a certain amount of money as an influencer, you are expecting that. And when that no longer happens, you're like, oh shit. Right? Because you're living at a level up here because you've been living there for a few years. And then when that starts declining, you start getting scared. And so I'm not even kidding you. So many influencers will literally just have babies because it's good money. And that is not a reason to have a baby. Okay? That is a stupid reason to bring a child into this world, especially into a toxic as marriage. Okay?
A whole holiday season. And I was just looking around and realizing how valuable family is. Mm-hmm. And even though the newborn stage can be tough, I was like, wait a minute, we could potentially have like this really big, lively, fun, joyful family. And that was kind of like, I think, the first time that I actually genuinely was thinking about trying for a third.
I mean, that's when the conversation started.
Yeah.
And I remember that, like Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Yeah. Here's how the conversation started. Babe, our freaking numbers are down. Let me put one in you.
Last year is when the conversation started, and then we just kept talking about it for months and months.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I want to say I brought it up to you at the start of the year, like, hey, what do you think about this? And then like a week later, you got your IUD out.
No.
We did have a pregnancy scare, remember that? Yeah.
They cut something there. They cut something.
Yeah, because we thought that there was maybe something still in my system before I got it removed, because we knew that we were being very careful after we had it removed.
But I was shocked. Like, I told you before we took that test, this was back in like, what, February, March? I forget. But I told you before we took the test, hey, no matter what, this is going to be a great thing. But after we saw the negative, like it said negative, we were like, okay.
Well, because I didn't want another unplanned one.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And that would have been, you didn't just...
Why? They're all blessings, you said.
It very well.
Yeah.
For those wondering, like, my period was late after getting my IUD removed because my hormones were just like still readjusting. But in our like
I find it crazy that a little piece of plastic inserted into the canal or wherever it goes can fluctuate a woman's hormones. I was asking my wife today because I was watching a reel about I forget, it was this guy making fun of Christian girls who are looking for a husband. And he's like, just like they're opening their Bible and said something about ovulation and like the sin that you think in your heart during ovulation. I'm like, does ovulation do something? Like I was asking my wife, I'm like, are you like overtly horny? Like what's going on during, I mean, obviously the animalistic nature of it is that you ovulate because your body's like, hey, it's time to put one in this. That's what it's saying. Like animalistically, right? It's saying like biologically, hey, this is the moment. And so it preps your body with the hormones. And I'm like, I'm learning things on Instagram, you know, and I asked my wife because she's a nurse and she's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. So women are, again, when I say women are superheroes, I mean, you have superpowers. You know what I'm saying? Like you can grow a literal human being in a little pouch in your body. It comes out a human. It's amazing. You literally have milk in your boobs that knows that your baby needs certain things and adjusts its whatever molecules to create something that will help a baby. It's absolutely mind-boggling that a woman's body, and we don't like, there's not golden stat, well there is I guess, but there should be more to like the absolute power of a woman. Like that's why I think pregnant women are like, there's something about their aura, I guess, of like you're carrying life and it's a miracle and you're a superhero. Does that make any sense? That's why I get so upset with the way that Matt treated Abby at postpartum, is because this little woman just performed miracles. And you're like, is this baby's day on Father's Day in 6 years? Because holy shit. Right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know where I was going with all that, except to say, Abby, get your nose fixed. What was I saying that for?
We thought that because we had intercourse the day before.
Don't say that. Can I unhear that? Tyson, rewind then so can I not unhear that? Thanks. So ransack the pick it down, flip it down, reverse it, whatever. Stick it down. What's that song? With the reverse it thing? Stick it down. Okay.
I got my IUD removed. That
we had intercourse. That sounds like you guys love each other. It's just so clinical. Intercourse is a clinical term. Okay, when you say, do you go to Matt and be like, Matt, it is time for intercourse? Because that's, if my wife ever did that, I'd be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna watch some Netflix.
There was a chance that something was like in my system and it like worked its way and like, which would have been fine and great and totally fine, but we would have also been surprised and caught with our pants down in a way.
Which,
I see what you did there.
By the way, we have friends that happened to. They had the relations literally the day before.
Just say it. Just say boned or something else. Don't say relations and intercourse. Just say they boned. They raw dogged it. Just have some fun. That's why none of these things are. That's why none of these podcasts are funny. Just do some humor. Just do some. They had relations. F off, man. Notice how Matt stopped wearing all the rings after I made fun of him. I wanted to point that out, and I kept forgetting to point it out. But I made fun of him because he wore like 16 rings on his fingers, and next day I wore a bunch of rings, and then he stopped wearing the rings. You're welcome, Matt. I'll send you a bill.
She got the IUD out and boom.
Yeah, that wasn't our story though.
Not our story.
We were just paranoid that it could have happened because we knew of people that had happened to. But no, we were very careful the entire time. We had no idea and really just still talking about it.
I thought it was so funny though because, I mean, I know you and your girlfriends at the gym, like you guys, you know, you're always talking, you're always chatting.
You always just act like we're just friends at the gym. We're friends, just friends.
That's where you met your friends. But like, you know, you go to the park with the kids, you ladies are chatting, and like every time we'd hang out with the husbands and everyone together, it was so random. I don't know how this happened, but people would come up to me and say, hey Matt, when are you going for the third? I heard.
No, they didn't, because you don't have any friends. I can't tell you how many times these people have like made a YouTube friend group and then they aren't anymore. Matt is very, 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 very meticulous and careful with what gets out there about him. When he does interviews with people, he's very, very, very careful with what they're allowed to ask, and then like very careful that he probably retains editing rights. And I'm saying this about any podcast he does and then any that he goes on and that they have on. Probably extends the same thing to those people that come on his podcast, right? There's certain questions you're not allowed to ask ever. They want it off the internet if they could get it off the internet. He doesn't. I'm telling you that they don't retain friendships is what I'm telling you. Because Matt's a selfish dink. And it affects her because she would like to have some friends. And she doesn't have any friends because nobody wants to hang out with Matt. Abby, of the two, although her voice is super grating, like, don't send her to first contact with aliens because they will destroy this planet. Although that is the thing, and she shouldn't have got fake teeth. She, of the two, is the more aware and is the more normal and is the nicer one. Matt is a straight twat.
You guys were talking about that. Like, that was something that was brought up. And
I have no idea.
And I was
what
like,
you're
I think my wife has something to do with this.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have no idea what you're not
No
talking
idea
about?
what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. But, seriously though, it is crazy how like 2 years ago, Abby and I truly were parenting on expert mode. Like, you know, if you ever play a video game and you can choose like the level, we were on
The
expert
difficulty
mode.
mode.
Okay, it felt
Let's recap parenting on difficult mode. Because you, all right? Because you do not parent on difficult mode. Having an unplanned pregnancy is not difficult mode when you're very wealthy for doing basically nothing. Okay, you guys made millions of dollars already on this platform, and all you do is film yourself, mostly with your shirt off. Okay, that's all you do. It is not a hard job. You grew an audience and you make a lot of money doing it. You do a 60-second ad and probably get paid $10,000 for it. Tell me you think that that's hard. Please tell me. Tell me again. Also, reason number 2 why your life is not hard is because you moved your literal family members into your home to watch your children, while at the same time complaining that you barely go out, Abby, while at the same time going out all the time. Okay? Number 3, F off. Okay, you have like multiple homes, multiple streams of income. You can do whatever you want. You go to different cities to write songs and do this, follow your dream. You put it on the internet. Your life is not on hard mode. You guys are coasting by on the easiest mode possible and still failing. You just can't game. That's the problem here. All right, you're noobs. But don't get on this podcast in your literal room is just made for, probably at a studio somewhere else, not even at their home. A studio that you rent that is made for a pod with a guitar you don't even know how to play, probably. Telling us that your life is on difficult mode when people out there can barely afford eggs and milk. You garbage human beings. Stop doing this. And you know Abby hates when you do this, Matt, because she'll be like, don't say that shit. We are literally living in easy mode compared to most people on earth. I am so sick and tired of hearing family influencers talk about how hard their life is and how busy they are. I'm so over it. I think we all are. I think you need to take a step back and just, once you've said something that, you know what, I'm lying about that. We have the easiest, I know how easy I have it, that I get in front of a camera an hour a day, sometimes a couple, right? And then send it off to Tyson to edit. I know how easy this is. I know how good I have it. I am never going to complain to you. Now, life can be busy, and that's just because I make it busy, and I have kids, and everything's great. And I love it. It's not life fun. I am living life right now on the easiest mode I have ever had it. And I can appreciate it because I lived life on hard mode for most of my life into the last 5 years. Okay? And so I have this unique visibility of looking at it and saying, holy shit, I can't. Like this morning, I woke up to my wife, and I'm like, I cannot believe how good we have our life right now. And I'm so grateful and thankful for it. These people, they become entitled. Like they think that you need to hear that they have a life. Because why? Why do you need to hear that we have a, because what? You want what? For what reason? Start telling the fucking truth, influencers.
It felt like I was calling my parents all the time, just saying thank you so much for doing this for me, because I had no idea how hard this was.
Yeah, because you and your brother were only like 18 months apart.
Yeah, we were close too. And something shifted though. Like I think when our son started going to the bathroom on his own, our 3-year-old, I'm like, I feel like we're parenting on easy mode. Like we're changing half the diapers we used to.
You don't even change diapers, guys. Your family does it for you. You literally have a live-in nanny who is either his mom or her mom. They never talk about that, right? Because Matt is really careful with how the narrative gets out about they want you to think that they're doing everything when we know that they're not. So stop. Just stop, buddy. Stop.
We used to change.
Yeah.
Like he can practically get himself dressed now.
Yeah.
And then when our kids play, like they just play together. Like I don't have to constantly entertain them 24/7. You know, like I can
easy mode. We got it.
just play with them when I want to play with them, and it's genuinely fun. I don't have to like do literally every single little thing for them just to make sure that they're cared for. You know, and so.
Sure you wanted to. Matt, every time you open your mouth, shit gets worse, buddy. Do you have like that's his superpower. Hers is carrying babies and everything else, all that. His is like, hey, every time I open my mouth, people hate us more. Da-da-da!
Kind of going from expert mode to easy mode is like, dude, let's send it. So, Abby, you can fill in the details here, but essentially you told me I want to get pregnant basically in the summertime. That way I have this baby before the summer of 2026.
Well, yeah, I was like, it's either like around these months or a year from now, because I have been very big pregnant in the summer twice. Like we had a July baby and an August baby, and in Arizona, being like full-term pregnant in the heat of July and August, it's very unpleasant.
It's literally
Oh, yeah, you sit in air conditioning all day is unpleasant. He didn't put enough ice cubes in your cup. Yeah, shut up.
114 degrees outside right now.
Yeah.
Yes. And yesterday it was 113.
What Arizonans do this? What people who live in hot states do this? It's like so hot outside now. Well, where are you right now? Are you in the air conditioning? Because are you sitting outside doing a podcast? And I would complain. Do you live outdoors in a tent or something? Then I would understand your complaints. You literally live in air conditioning. Relax, okay? Can we relax? Thanks.
15. I forget what the temperature was yesterday, but
All the Arizona people are gonna come for me now. No, Josh, you don't understand. Help me understand.
Yeah, and we
It's
also
toasty.
like to try to get away.
I mean, I guess it's because you want to go outside, but you can't. Is that what it is? That you're stuck indoors like prison? Okay, I can understand that.
When it's like that hot,
Yeah.
if we can. And so that's what we did this year. We were traveling a lot. And I'm like, we can't do that if we're going to be having a baby, which has happened to us 2 summers. Not this past summer or the summer before that, but the 2 before that. Those were like kind of miserable for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's either June or it's like literally next spring.
I was taking a look at Abby's app that she has to track her period. It's called
Imagine living life on hard mode where you're like, look, I just don't get pregnant in the summer. Right? Or more people who want to have families have to plan around it. Like, look, I have a career. I only get like 12 weeks off. If that, I don't even know if you get that in the States. In Canada, we get like 18 months off, like federally protected leave if you're a parent. Men and women could do it, by the way. If you have twins, you get double that. It's crazy. We have it so good here, and I'm not complaining about that because our maternity leave, I think every single country in the world needs to adopt our socialized maternity leave. I'll give you that. Like, I'll give you that. I will flex that about Canada. Our maternity leave is very, 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 very good because we want you to have babies. America, you got your politicians out there sitting there, have more babies. Well, then make it possible. How about that? Waive the fees at the hospitals for people who are having children, because I found out some of you pay $10,000 to $20,000 to birth a child in a hospital. And if there are complications, it's exponentially more expensive. Waive that shit. You want more children? Waive the enormous expense of having them. Also, federally protect maternity leave or paternity leave. Okay, if you want more children, it will explode in your country. If you you're paying trillions of dollars and all the bullshit everywhere else. That would be a great place to put your money. Okay, let women have babies and then take a year off with their babies. The most important year of a child's life developmentally is probably that first year. When you're forcing a woman back to work after 2 weeks or whatever after having a baby, sometimes it's less. That is mind-boggling to me. And so where I was going with that was that, like, spare us, okay? Because you guys don't have jobs. You're sitting here talking how life is hard, but you're like, okay, well, I want to have a winter baby. There's off.
Clue. She's had it since she was in high school, and I noticed
It's not like a fertility tracker.
it's not a fertility tracker, but it does give you a general guideline of like when the fertile window is. And
Also, is it fertile or fertile?
I actually
Both work.
don't know. Could someone let us know in the
I think
comments,
it's-
please?
It's both.
Fertile. I don't know why you always say fertile.
You know what? I probably
Let me just check.
mispronounced that my entire life.
It's both. Both's fine, Abby. You can tell Abby's pregnant by her thumbs, by the way. Her thumb also gets pregnant.
It's
I think I'm
fine. No,
realizing
you
that right
might be
now.
right, but I just want to.
Fertile.
You know, Abby's looking at her thumb watching this video like, what does he mean?
I just want to check.
I think fertile is the correct way.
Abby, I think if you weren't a douchebag influencer, we could be friends. I honestly believe that. If you weren't like a loser, and I think you're cool. But I mean, you could have been cool. That's what I'm saying. But not anymore.
Let's hear the translation.
Fertile.
Wow, rhymes with turtle.
I think you probably said fertile our entire.
I think I've always said
Okay, you can also say fertile. Shut the fuck up.
fertile.
Yeah, I never said anything, but now it's
That's
like a lot
embarrassing.
of people might hear you say fertile, and I want to just step in here.
Everyone's gonna go make fun of me now. It's okay. Hey,
No, just
feel
think about
free.
turtle, but fertile.
I'm gonna keep saying fertile.
Okay, fine. We all know what you mean.
Anyway, that window was June 6th through 12th, and
Wow, you're giving them the data.
exact, yeah, I literally have the date written down right here. I've got the exact date, and let me just tell you guys, that was probably the best week of my entire life.
That's normal behavior. Writing down your wife's fertile windows. That's normal. It's normal dude behavior. It is. I didn't know. I'm getting a really long eyebrow. It's killing me. It's in my peripheral.
I'm serious. Like, I felt like a king, and it just felt like with the first two. Why?
Way that you just so genuinely said that was the best week of my entire life.
It was great. It was a really great week, and
What? Just great week to have sex with your wife? Like, do you not otherwise or something? Or you only having sex when you're trying to get pregnant? I feel like a king. Just that seems weird to me.
I think it was just like we both knew what we were doing, and we both were on like a mission, and we were.
Do you know what you're doing?
Fully aligned in that. It just felt like
And we're so in love.
yeah, we just felt
She wanted him to say that. He's like, I think we just were clinically having intercourse and we were in line with the thing. She's like, we were in love. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant to say. If you got to force him to say the words, he's not.
So in love. Honestly, we just felt so in love. How am
You
I?
feel like that all the time?
I felt like it that week for sure. Like it just was so. It was so good.
That week.
You fell in love for a week because you were having sex. He's literally just saying we were having sex so much that it felt like we were in love. That's what he just said to you guys. And that's what he's always like, why do people hate me? Like, do I not come across normal? No, that's not normal to say that, buddy. It's not normal. Are you saying your wife is literally just like a doll that you... Ugh. It's the way he speaks about it and he doesn't realize it? Does that... Like, am I overthinking because I hate them? I don't know.
Happened, and then I don't know what the timeline is between like after that and like when you find out. I think there's like about 2 weeks where you're kind of just like, what do we do here? And I feel like, remind me, was I like, I felt like I was having some symptoms early on, but you never know if you're just like imagining them because they're also very similar to period symptoms.
No, you can interrupt her more, Matt. I just thought to myself, stop interrupting her, but then I heard her voice a lot. I'm like, no, go ahead, interrupt her. It's fine.
And I want to say that you had one of the first symptoms that you had last time you were pregnant, which was aversions to like onion and aversions to just different foods. And you mentioned that to me.
My wife hates onion. Does that mean she's pregnant all the time?
I'm like, babe, I think you're pregnant.
Babe, what?
Who hates onion? And why? I understand not wanting big chunks. Nobody likes big chunks of onion. If you do, you need to go see a psychiatrist. Like, Kendra's psychiatrist. He's hot. Right? But if, like, little tiny, weeny, little diced up onions, like when I get a quarter pounder cheese from McDonald's, which is very rare, but I do like them once in a while, no pickles, and I don't get the onions, I get the little, they're called freeze-dried onions. The little tiny ones that they put in the cheeseburgers, I get those, and I get extra. There's something to be, like, about little onions. Right? Am I right? Have you ever seen Amory Gouchon or whatever his name is? He's a chocolatier and he's like the best on the internet. No one comes close, best in the world probably. The way that the chocolate things that he makes. Amory Gouchon or whatever. Whenever he makes like a fruit filling based food, way he chops them up into little tiny little squares. Like when you have apple pie, there's no reason that they need to be huge slices of apple. They just need to be tiny little squares. There's something, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? When you do apple crisp, tiny little squares of apple. Not to be tiny little squares, but squares, manageable. I shouldn't be digging into an apple crisp and pulling out a whole slice of apple. Right? I feel like, ew. You know? Apple things.
I remember that.
I want to say while we were in Disneyland, like I want to say there was some smell that was just like giving you the ick.
Your ass? Was it your ass? Did you wash your ass that morning?
Oh, yeah, you might have been right about that.
What was it? Was it...
Your ass, man.
I feel like it's always onion. Was it onion?
Why does your ass smell like onion? That's weird. You're washing your ass out with an onion? That's not what keeps vampires away, buddy. It's garlic. You got the wrong... You see Matt in the shower with a piece of onion shoving it up his...
Maybe.
Was it a certain food that you like didn't like?
Whatever it wasn't like strong enough to make me like necessarily feel confident but that I was pregnant. But also I was like, I don't like playing games of like taking pregnancy tests. Like I just want to wait until like basically the day of my missed period. Yeah. Because I just don't want to ever just be staring at a test and like wondering if there's a lot.
I just want to do that. I just want to, you know, right? Like, I want to have a winter.
Shut up.
I'm like just driving myself crazy. So
just me crazy.
We're just like waiting it out, and I don't think I had any strong symptoms before we took a test. Did I have any? Okay, maybe the smell thing.
I think it was the smell. I want to say I noticed your boobs getting a little bit bigger. I want to say that. Like,
maybe.
I think I noticed some...
Does that happen right away, though? Like, right away? Girls, let me know below. Do the girls get bigger right away? Like, I guess if you've had babies before, their body's like, oh, here we go. Let's start the production. Little machines in there, like... Is that what happens? I should have asked my wife first.
Light changes.
I think it's true, though. The more babies you have, the more your body's like, all right, we're doing this again. Let's roll. Let's get production started early.
Really? That early on?
I want to say I did.
In my soul, though, in my spirit, I did know that I was pregnant. Like, I just felt really, like I felt like I was. And so, I think it was one day before my periods when we took the test.
Yeah.
And I think it was, like, kind of you that were, like, I was just, like, feeling nervous about it and, like, kind of jittery. Like, I just want to know. But
stop lying. You guys faked it. Stop.
And also, I'm like, I feel like I should wait until the day of the missed period. Like, you're just kind of, like, going back and forth. And then you're finally, like you were just having such a good day, and we're like, let's just do it. And so, well, you kind of were like, let's just take it. Yeah,
and that day was June 24th at 3:32 p.m. I literally have it written down.
Wow, nerd. Thanks.
Exactly what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we're like, we can get away for just a minute and just see. And yeah, I was pretty confident that it was at that point.
Yeah.
And
Wow, this is so interesting. This is amazing. This podcast is 430,000 views. Again, it's bullshit. It's garbage. Podcast is like, pregnant. I was pregnant. I think I was pregnant. And I didn't like onions. People are like, yes, queen. Like, that's what I'm saying. You know what? It's so low effort too. The content that they have to create with this type of stuff is so low effort, and they still make tons of money. That's what bugs me about it, because they don't have to put any effort into it. You just have to get pregnant and be like, look, I'm pregnant. Oh my God, 4 million views.
Were too.
Oh, so confident.
I would have been really sad. If
Really?
It wasn't. Yeah,
Really
probably.
sad?
Probably.
I think I told you. I think I had a feeling that
Oh my God, let's move on. Let's go finding out we're pregnant baby number 3. That's what we're on right now. Telling my parents, 1853, because they're living with them. Let's go.
Less shocking each time, because like we've already like
Yeah.
started our family. They know that that's like the most important thing to us.
Yeah.
And
It's not the most important thing to Matt, that's for sure. Don't lie. Maybe to you, Abby, but Matt's most important thing is trying to be a singer, which is not going to happen.
so yeah.
And then same thing. We I think a couple days later went to our friend's house, and my brother and sister-in-law were there, and we still hadn't told them. So we're like, what if we just tell them all at the same time and have Augie walk in his middle child energy shirt and see who the first person is to figure it out? So we head inside their house for
The only reason they got something of it is because you were recording.
Yeah, so
I was like, why are you recording?
Yeah, kill.
What do you mean? Is literally the whole life is recording. Why are you recording? Because I record everything, Abby.
Look at me like, why the frick are you vlogging right now? Because like I used to vlog pretty much every day when we lived in Hawaii, but
Like, we
recently
never really vlog, like, those moments
don't.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't really like vlog that much anymore. So he's like, what's going on? And he looks at Augie's shirt and he's like, oh my gosh, you're Abby's pregnant. Abby's pregnant, and he's freaking out. And they're like, what? How do you know? Like, what? And they eventually all see
I mean, how do you know? Well, we pissed on a stick and throw it in front of the camera. That's how we know.
Augie's shirt, and that's when our friend goes, I'm pregnant too.
I
And
know.
so then there, everyone's like,
So 2405, they're gonna. Again, this is another conversation that has to happen a lot in this world, where influencers will like. The reason why influencers will tell you so early whether or not they're having a child. So he said we had that on June. Usually you wait till the first trimester is over before you tell anybody, which is 3 months. Influencers don't do that, right? And I know that's tradition. I understand that, but it's because people generally don't want comments because the first trimester is usually the most sketchy. The most things can happen wrong in the first trimester, right? Most miscarriages happen in the first trimester, I think. All that to say, that's traditionally why people waited, because in case it happened, you didn't really want anybody talking about it. You just wanted to live your life. Influencers, though, they tell you right away, because then if something does happen, they also monetize that. And I can't even count on 10 hands how many influencers out there have had a miscarriage and have made content about it, right? And they're raising awareness towards it. Right, and so it doesn't matter which way this all goes, they will make content out of it no matter what, because everything, even the tragedies in these women's lives, has to be monetized for cash. Every single thing, and it kind of is gross, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. So that's what they're talking about here: fear of miscarriage.
And you can just wait until your like 9-10 week appointment.
Yeah.
I got to like over 7 weeks and I was still not having strong symptoms. I started to get really freaked out, honestly. I was like, I really hope everything's okay, to the point where I've never done this with either one of my pregnancies, but I was like, I just like kept taking pregnancy tests, because I was like, even though I was like over 7 weeks, like I was like, why do I just not feel pregnant? I think
Again, your body's had 2 of these things already. It's good. It's all like a worked in baseball mitt. You're good to go now. That's a blessing, right? I think it's like, hey, we're good. We got this pouch. We're good. We got the expansion. We're rocking here. You've had 2, man. Your body is like adapted. That's a miracle. Like, think about that for a second. She's like, and I didn't know because I wasn't, doing this and that and the other thing. Shut up.
ask you every day, like, do you think I'm pregnant? And you're like, yes.
Yes. Well, I mean, you weren't having quite the nausea that you had in the past.
Yeah.
But I noticed that your body was changing. I noticed that your appetite, I think, had increased.
He's talking about boobs.
And we had the positive pregnancy test. We had, something that's over 99.9% accurate. Yeah, you had no period. And you were really, really worried about miscarriage.
I just felt so different.
She just said that, and he just reiterated it, because this podcast is just them literally blowing smoke. It's giving, we need to put out a video that's over 20 minutes long, which is 53 minutes, by the way. It's crazy. And just saying the same thing over and over and over and over again.
It went and got some HCG tests, because apparently those are what you can use to look at your HCG levels.
And let me tell you, taking those tests did not make me feel any less worried.
All right, 2820 is the next one. Where, again, they're capitalizing on that.
So, I mean, this is all TMI, but this whole process is, we're transparent here.
We're transparent.
Dipped the strip into the toilet bowl, like, with all the water in it.
With poo in it?
And the line was very, very dark.
Yeah.
And so that gave me some peace of mind, but I was still concerned.
So we called up a pregnancy center on the island that...
Yeah, because you're in Hawaii at this point.
They, I guess, just do, these tests, and they
We were doing.
Shut up. You gotta be kidding me. We live life on hard mode.
Do ultrasounds for women for free. It's one of those non-for-profit pregnancy centers, and so we booked an appointment, but then when it came time for our appointment, we ended up finding out that their ultrasound machine was it was the tech that
tech was out for like a couple weeks.
Yes, and so we weren't able to get an ultrasound, which is what Abby wanted.
Well, it sounds like you need a lucrative area to have an ultrasound clinic
to just make sure that baby was okay.
Yeah.
And so we ended up not going to the appointment because all they could do was give Abby another pregnancy test, which she'd already taken those, and they keep coming back positive.
And I just knew at this point, I was like, my rational side of my brain was like, you are really like letting the
I don't like her eyelashes. Look like Venus flytraps, right?
fears become so much greater.
Flies are flying in there
than they need to be. But then also there's that like mama bear side of you that's like, I just want to make sure my baby's okay. That's like panicking. And
okay, it's just fear porn. I thought I lost the baby. Why my third pregnancy is different. Oh, let's hear this. It's different because your body's adapted, is what I'm hoping she says here. But what she's probably gonna be like, it's because I now crave onions.
Unflattering thing. Also, let me just tell you, bumps get less cute the more pregnancies you have.
I disagree. I think you're
really, because I just feel like I already have this like stretched out.
Yeah. That's an old baseball glove. It's good. There's nothing better, guys, than a worn baseball glove that's perfect for your hand. Okay, your body's become the best baseball gloves. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you're comparing it to an old baseball. No, that's a good thing. Most valuable baseball gloves are the ones that are worn in.
Belly skin that's not as like firm and like there's like stretch marks on it now and stuff.
I think you look really cute. I think no, seriously, like every time I look at you,
shut up, Matt.
I'm like, holy cow! Like, it's beautiful.
Performative bullshit. We look right through it, Matt. We looked right through it.
What's happening? Like you growing a baby and just seeing the way that your body's changing to accommodate that baby it's really cool. It's special. Very special.
I wanted to say
when he says things, everybody else who knows Matt will be like, oh, right? It's gross when he does it.
That like I think the reason I also was having like those nerves, but also the peace before we like took the test to find out about baby number 3 is that I'm like actually gonna get emotional saying this. Is that now, like obviously the first time is so exciting, but now we know how much joy and purpose another little blessing brings us. Like, and we also just know, we know the depth of how great it is to like be given the responsibility to parent another child.
I just hate when influencers are like, we have a responsibility that my parents will take on very heavily.
That it almost feels like seeing that positive test, like now a third time, is just, it's just, the impact is even deeper. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I think when she gets pregnant, her voice gets more annoying. Like the frequencies change, and it hits something in your ear. They're like, ugh, just stop, man.
100%.
Like there's not this.
Maybe Matt sleeps in a different bed because she talks in her sleep.
Like jittery excitement, but there's just this deep anticipation. Yeah. Like, and just
well, I don't want to wait to find out the gender. 4131. Here we go.
That she's coming and that she's a little. I like to find out at like 20 weeks. Okay, I would be down to waiting till birth, but I also think like for Griffin and Augie, it's easier for them to like they already know like our niece hasn't been born yet, but they know that her name is Brielle and they know that she's coming and that she's a little girl and like her name is Brielle, and I just feel like that helps them have like an image of like what to expect, because I feel like pregnancy can be so like elusive to little kids,
totally,
especially at the
totally. Finish your thought.
Young toddler age. That I feel like if we were able to be like, you're gonna have another brother or a sister, and we're gonna call them this. Like they're in here. I feel like it just helps them wrap their mind around the transition a little bit more. Yeah. Obviously, it's not necessary, but I do think it's easier for them to kind of like.
I don't think these people talk as a married couple unless they turn on a camera and have mics in front of their face. I honestly don't think that they have conversations. I truly believe it, because it sounds like they're talking about the shit for the first time ever, and they talk about it on a microphone.
Enter that transition. No,
that's healthy.
If it's a brother or sister and what their name is, and like kind of picture it more. It makes them feel more human.
I know my dad would love to have a granddaughter, and I think he was hoping that one of me and my brothers were going to be a girl.
No, he did. He was really hoping one of you guys.
Yeah, would be a girl. And that did.
Good luck. You're in luck, buddy. Matt's as close as you get. The guy shaves every part of his body, including his nipples. Okay. I mean, you got what you wanted.
Happened, but telling my parents was fun. My parents actually had no idea.
They were
my
shocked.
Parents, I had been pretty open about being content with 2 because I was like, I'm so happy with 2.
Yeah.
And they kind of thought that we might be done. And so when we shared with them we were pregnant, they could not believe it. They live in St. Louis, so we flew all the way from Phoenix to St. Louis to tell them, and it worked out because I have a lot of family in St. Louis that we were able to tell while we were there, like my grandma, my aunts,
my grandma,
Abby's grandma,
your cousin.
Oh yeah, so there was just a lot of people to tell.
We also just wanted to tell all of our family. I think that's just a respectful thing to do before you like share online.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun too because Griffin actually shared the news with my parents. He told them that there was a baby in Abby's belly.
Hey, so that whole thing was why I didn't want to wait to find out the genders, because he wants her sons to know that the sex of the baby. Okay. When a pregnancy craving hits you mid-podcast, here we go, 4744. This is so boring.
Tell my parents that we're pregnant are, yes. Ooh, do you need to get, that sounds good.
And they're chopped chicken salad with the deviled eggs.
Ooh, do you need to get that? Should we get that for you tonight?
No, I should eat my food at home.
If you want, you want it, you got it. Let's make it happen.
So good. But yeah, I just feel so grateful. I feel so thankful. I feel so excited. I feel so happy. I'm just like, every day I'm like, I can't get...
You look it.
Plain, and I just have this like exciting little...
How crazy is it?
And the best person to raise babies with.
Oh yeah, by the way, you're also good, or whatever.
Yes. If you guys have been with us since, I feel...
Oh my gosh. Right? You guys feeling that? That's your gut saying, these people don't like each other very much. That's what your gut's telling you.
So lucky to have you.
Listen to your gut. My gut's usually right. Remember when I said, I think she's pregnant, and I was like a month before they did. I knew. Because these guys, again, wear every emotion and every bit of their disdain for each other on their sleeves. And they hate that.
You're the best mom. If you guys have been with us since Hawaii, thank you for being here. Or even if you've been here since we lived in our apartment in Springfield, Missouri.
That's crazy.
That is even cooler. But it's just crazy that it's been 5 years of being on social media in a big way. I guess we started 6 years ago, but it kind of took off 5 years ago during COVID. And so just to have you all here along for this journey of life is crazy. And we love running into...
Shut up. Deciding the name. It's going to be... If it's a boy, it's going to be Lester for sure. For sure.
Children.
It's kind of how it goes usually.
Wow. Can't believe that.
No, we might use our girl name from when we were in high school. You never know.
We could.
That would be kind of sweet. It's like we literally have...
Aubrey.
Thought of your name since you were in high school. Or since we were in high school.
You were 17 and 18?
Who's having conversations at 17, 18 when you're going to name your daughter? Hey, you should be like, hey, what are we doing? We're going to the water park? Or are we going to the back 40 and have a party? What are we doing? That's what you should be having a conversation. Like, ew.
I do know you're hanging with that name.
Abby's ripped. Look at her shoulders, man. She's stronger than he is.
But, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, this is garbage. Matt and Abby are pregnant, and I called away before they did. So sucks to be you guys. We were living life on hard mode. When they say that, I'm like, oh my god, shut up, man. Stupid idiots. Anyway, everybody take a deep breath with me. Hope you're having a swell day. I am on my way to Canada's Wonderland for a day. It's gonna be great. But we are first eating at a really good restaurant. I'm so excited. I'm very excited. Yeah, I like going to Canada's Wonderland. My daughter and I go on all the rides. We get the fast pass. No one else goes on the rides, just me and her. So we're just going to be living the dream, going on the rides. It's going to be great. Hope you guys are doing swell. Don't forget that you're amazing, incredible, and valuable. And if you're pregnant, you are a superhero. Just so you are. And you deserve to be treated like a goddess. Not kidding. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. You look amazing in those jeans, and I'll see you when I see you.